everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Paula here. So this weekend is a race weekend. I think last month for the Chinese Grand Prix I started this little series where I would read a book based on the country that the race was gonna be held at. So last video was the Chinese Grand Prix, so I read The Three-Body Problem by Liu Cixin, which is a Chinese book. Now this week's Grand Prix is the Emilia-Romagna one, which is Italian. So I'm thinking, let's read an Italian book. It is a shame though that I didn't do a video for the last Grand Prix because it was the Miami Grand Prix. And I was like, I'm only doing this challenge to read books from other countries that I've never read before. And I've read a lot of American books, but I'm so sad because Lando Norris won the Miami Grand Prix. It was his first win ever. No, I obviously didn't miss it. I watched it, but I just didn't record any of it, which again, it's a shame, but it is what it is. As I already said, this weekend is the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Two good things about this weekend. There's no sprints. I am so sorry. You know, I'm very happy if you like the sprints. I'm not a fan. So yeah, I'm excited that there's no sprint in this weekend circuit. And the second good thing is that I will not have to wake up at 5 AM to watch anything. I'm pretty sure the race is around 3 PM on Sunday, and then the quali is at 4 tomorrow. And today, I don't know when, I think it's coming soon, is the practices. So I'm probably not gonna pay much attention to the practices, but I'll probably have them in the background. As I said, this circuit is the Italian one, so the book that I've chosen to read is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Now, I've had this book for like a year probably in my bookshelves, and I'm so excited to finally read it. It's gonna be my first book translated from Italian, I believe. I don't know why I decided to get the English translation instead of the Spanish one, but I did, so this is what we're reading. So, some very quick stats on the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix or circuit. The first Grand Prix held in this circuit was in 1980. It has 63 laps, I believe, and the circuit length is 4.9 kilometers. The last winner of this Grand Prix was in 2022, which was Max Verstappen. In 2023, the Grand Prix was not held because of the massive floods that they had in the area at that time, so it was impossible to drive. So there was no winner in 2023. And then onto the book, My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I don't know much about it, because again, I never know what books I'm reading, but I do know it's a series. It's 4 books, I think, and they follow the whole life of a friendship. So it focuses on these 2 girls being friends throughout like the whole life, so when they're little up until they're elderly, I believe. But yeah, that's all I know about it. I don't think there's much plot. I think it's a very character focused book, so I'm excited and a little bit scared to start it. Also, I saw that there's a index of characters the same way that the Three-Body Problem had one, so now I'm scared because like there's almost 3 pages of all the characters. Yeah, we'll see. The practice is starting soon, so I've got my computer here with me to watch it, and I'll probably run it in the background and read my book. Okay, so practice 2 finished a little bit ago, and I think it's a good time to give you guys an update. I have reached page 112 of My Brilliant Friend. I've already passed the childhood part of it, and I just entered the adolescence one, so basically like their teenage years. I'm in chapter 8 of the adolescence, which this book, it's only the childhood and adolescence, and I'm pretty sure the second one reaches adulthood, but I'm not entirely sure. I have not googled any of these. Okay, my thoughts so far. I feel like I'm always, I don't know what to say, and then proceed to talk about the book. But I generally do not know what to say, because this book is kind of putting me in a bad mood. I don't know, so far, I feel like, at least within the childhood chapters, I did not like any of the characters. So like, our narrator, which is Elena, she's basically like writing her whole story with her best friend. So she is trying to remember everything that happened in their childhood and their adolescence. And the relationship that she has with her best friend, Lila, in childhood, it puts me in a very bad mood because I don't like Lila. I know I'm talking about an 8-year-old. I don't care. She's so horrible. Genuinely horrible. And then I'm also getting annoyed at Elena for being her friend when she is so horrible. It is kind of wild being mad at 8-year-olds, but that's kind of what this book is doing to me. So yeah, I don't like any of those characters. I feel like there's not very good family relations in this book. Like, you can tell the main character, the narrator, does not like her parents at all. And she doesn't even have that like element of found family because her best friend is shitty as hell. I'm so sorry. Yes, she's an 8-year-old. I don't care. She's shitty as hell. So I'm hoping there'll be some character development, which I'm expecting it to, because you are not gonna be the same person from childhood and up. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. Hopefully it will go to better and not for worse. But I'm in the adolescence years right now, and yeah, it doesn't look like it's getting better. I know that female friendships, they are so complicated, so intricate. They're never the same, but I just feel like, at least in the age that I am right now, why hold on to someone that is just horrible to you and who doesn't really give you any kind of happiness? Because this girl, like the narrator, Elena, she keeps not only comparing herself to Lila, but also trying to impress her and do all of the things that she's doing in life only so that she can be an equal or that she can impress Lila. And it's just so annoying to see how this girl is fabricating her whole life based off of the impression that her best friend will get of her. It's been hard for me to read this right now, especially because I don't see why they're such good friends. Because if you asked me, like, based off of reading this book, I would tell you that they are not best friends. Like, how can they be best friends when they have so much animosity between them? And at least Elena, you can see why she's slightly obsessed with Lila, but with Lila, it just feels like she has absolutely no interest in being Elena's friend. So that's kind of doing me wrong. Like, it's driving me the wrong way, and it's very, very annoying. But hopefully, since they're reaching their teen years, I'm hoping they will reach some kind of level of maturity, maybe, potentially. I'm hoping that's the case, because if there's 4 books about this friendship, then that means that the friendship keeps going. And I don't know how it can keep going if these 2 women don't grow up. That's where I'm at right now. I don't think I'm gonna read the rest of the day because I do have class. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow for the qualifying. Okay, hi, it's the next day. Qualifying is about to start. Like, literally about to start. But I realized this morning, looking at the footage from yesterday, I ended up not giving absolutely any information about the practice. Yeah, I was kind of busy, I guess, complaining about the book I'm reading. My opinions on the practices from yesterday and the one from today. Yesterday, Ferrari was looking good. They were looking good, especially Leclerc, and I'm just hoping that we get a Ferrari podium. Because we're in Italy, we deserve a Ferrari podium, especially since they've been doing quite well in the practice sessions, but we'll see. And then I'm pretty sure, practice 3, Piastri was the fastest. Like, he had a very good pace, so we'll see if we also get a McLaren podium. We'll see. But that's definitely for tomorrow. We are currently about to start quali. Has it started? No, it hasn't started yet. but we are about to start quali. I'm trying not to get my hopes up because a lot of the times Ferrari does great in the practices, but it's always Verstappen on pole. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Again, qualifyings are not always that interesting, so I will probably be reading My Brilliant Friend while watching it. It's finally race day. Okay, so today is Sunday and the race is about to start in like 10 minutes-ish. So I thought, why not take these 10 minutes to talk to you guys about qualifying yesterday and a little bit more about My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. So I'm thinking, let's dive in first into Formula 1 and then we can talk about the book. So Formula 1 yesterday, qualifying. I wish I could say someone else was on pole, but no, Max Verstappen is on pole today. But interesting enough, both McLarens were second and third, which was great. I mean, I definitely would have preferred Ferrari to be up there, but unfortunately Piastri got a penalty, so he dropped from P2 to P5, I believe. So that's sad, but then we got Leclerc starting third, so that's good. That's good. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully Leclerc can either stay there or go up to second. We'll see though. It's not that I don't believe in him getting first place, but it's just kind of hard with Max in front. So I'm just hoping Leclerc for second place. We'll see. Obviously, we would love for Leclerc and Sainz to be, you know, winners like P1 and P2, but you know, that's kind of hard to wish. So we'll see how the race goes soon. And then My Brilliant Friend. I read a little bit during the quali and then I kept reading in the evening and I read a little bit this morning because right after the race I actually have plans and I am going out. I have a little skirt and everything ready to go because I am immediately leaving. So yeah, I tried to read as much as I could before the race and I will read a little bit during the race if there's any moment when there's like nothing interesting going on. And hopefully I can finish it this evening or tonight so I can give you like a full review tomorrow. But yeah, so far I'm in page 226, which is chapter 34 of the adolescence days. So I feel like my opinion on this book is gonna be quite specific, but it is putting me in a very bad mental state as of right now because unfortunately I can relate way too much to Elena in this book and her relationship with Lila. I think yesterday I was saying something like I don't understand why they're friends when it doesn't look like they're friends, and I do still believe that, but looking back to my high school years I'm just realizing that I had quite a lot of friendships like that where I thought we were very good friends, but same as Elena in this book, I couldn't help but compete based off of my insecurities. I felt like people were always, you know, prettier than me. I thought that my friends were always like more mature than me, that they were doing more stuff than I was doing. I was very good in school. Like, I studied hard. Like, I had very good grades and I felt very proud of that. So most of my life and most of my like mood was just based off of my grades. Like, I needed that validation that I was smart. So when a lot of my friends started, you know, going out more, getting boyfriends, I definitely felt that I was being left behind. So unfortunately, all those insecurities are coming back to me through this book. So it is definitely very hard for me to read it. I can also have the same opinion about Lila and the fact that she does not seem to me like a good person at all. I cannot blame her for somewhat competing with Elena, because Elena is basically doing that. And I do agree that all of my feelings are probably this way because the narrator, Elena, who's narrating the story, is making me feel like that. Because I don't really know if Lila was really a bad person, but that's just what Elena thought of her. Because this is completely unreliable in the sense of this is just the experience of one side. So Elena, as such a insecure little girl, like teenager, she just felt like Lila doing things better than her, which is a personal attack and direct competition to her. So that's just the feeling that I'm getting, which means it is a very good book in that sense. Like, it is making me feel, I just don't like what I'm feeling because of it. So we'll see how it goes. As of right now, we just had a little tiny period of like fun and happiness in the beach where Elena is not like spending any time with Lila, and I think that's been amazing on her. But I feel like the moment that she gets back home, everything's gonna come back. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm excited to finish it. I don't think I will finish it during the race, but I will definitely finish it tonight and then come back tomorrow for my thoughts. So, you know, stay put for that. I am gonna go watch the race now because I'm pretty sure I missed the beginning, so I'm gonna have to rewind it a little bit. Max won. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well. So for the most part, the race was kind of boring. There were not that many overtakes. So I just mostly read. But those last, like, what, 5 laps maybe? Those were definitely more exciting. I'm kind of sad that Norris didn't win, but there was such a small gap between Verstappen and Norris. I feel like the rest of the season is definitely gonna be more interesting. Because we're not getting the 20-second gap between first and second. That's great, that's lovely, that's what we want to see. Because it is definitely getting a little bit boring. See Max win with such an advantage every single time. But you know, at least we did get a Ferrari on the podium, so that's great, you know? I'm glad about that. I feel like the last time there was a Ferrari on the podium was it 2006 with Schumacher? I think it was 2006 with Schumacher. That seems right to me, but definitely correct me if I'm wrong. I could most definitely could be wrong, and I don't feel like ruling it, but I feel like that's the last time there was a Ferrari podium in Emilia-Romagna. I think that 2006 was the last time there was a Ferrari podium there. Well, at least we got that. And then book-wise, I read so much. Actually, I think I was reading quite fast. I read till page 260. So I think I probably have around 50 pages left, more or less. Actually, it's probably 70, but less than 100 pages left. So I'm thinking I will read that tonight because right now I need to get out of here. So I think I will catch you tomorrow for my final thoughts of My Brilliant Friend. Last night I finished My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Also, I realized I never said who it was translated by, but it's translated by Anne Goldstein. Oh my god. I finished this last night. And I am pretty sure that I recorded the ending of this book. Like, I recorded myself while I was reading the ending of this book. I genuinely was not expecting such a shocking, I guess, ending. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this book. I expressed most of what I was feeling about this book yesterday, and it was just this whole thing of bringing me back to my horrible, horrible high school years, and how insecure and how bad I felt during those years. How I would definitely, and just by myself, just compete with anyone. Like, I would just compete with my friends for like grades and looks, and it was not great because I would also compare myself to them, and I had this feeling that all my friends were so pretty, they were so mature, they were doing things that I wasn't even thinking about because I was just so focused on school and my family. So there's that. Definitely did not like how this book made me feel at all, mostly because it just brought me back so many memories. I related so much to Elena and how she was feeling, what she went through, like her childhood / teenage years. They resemble so much of my own, except with a very clear difference, and I feel like that was the love and support of my family. We have always been quite a close family, and that's something that definitely Elena does not have in this book. She barely has the support of her father to go study, and only because she's good, and it doesn't feel like she receives any love really from them. So obviously that's something very, very different from me and my childhood and Elena's. But yeah, the whole friendship thing, even though I still do not like that friendship, I see it. I feel it. I went through that, I feel like. Since I talked about that yesterday, what else did I read? Some sexual assault that I didn't know it was gonna happen. I guess, I'm pretty sure that's my fault. I feel like if I looked it up, it's gonna be in the trigger warnings. If you want to read this book, just be aware that there is one scene that has some sexual assault in it. It's nothing too graphic, but it's still fucking weird. So I read that, and I do think that the author did not glorify anything about it. I feel like she portrayed very well the main characters, the narrator's reaction to it, and how it made her feel, and how she tried to block it from her memory. It definitely felt accurate and did not glamorize it or anything. So there's that. So basically we just follow the whole storyline of Lila getting married. I wouldn't consider that a spoiler because at some point we know that they both get married. She's getting married at 16, 17. I think I don't know right now, because ages in this book are kind of confusing because the author jumps around a little bit. But I think she's 16, 17 getting married. And for the most part, I was kind of somewhat rooting for the fiance. Like, he seemed like a nice guy. Nice enough. I feel like Lila, not in terms of character, but like person, how she was describing her childhood, I feel like she could have done way more than just what she did in the book. How Elena kept progressing with her life, her studies, and Lila just felt stuck. At least that's how I felt about her, even though she didn't seem like she was getting stuck and that she preferred being home and staying where she was. Yeah, and I was like, if she's gonna marry someone, this guy doesn't seem so awful. And then we get to the wedding. They actually do get married, and at the end, like literally the last page, we find something out, and I was like, no, he did not do that. There was no cheating or anything like that, but like, sir, what? So that just goes to say, never trust a man. But yeah, that's coming from someone that has a hard time trusting men. But this book, like the ending specifically, I was just like, damn. But yeah, I think these are all of my thoughts. I felt like last time I included a lot of me watching Formula 1 and my opinions on Formula 1. And I don't know whether people really are interested in hearing my random opinion on Formula 1. So I tried to make it more about the book this time. If you want to hear more about Formula 1 from me, even though I'm completely not an expert, like at all, but these are opinions, so they don't have to be right, they're just mine. If you want to hear more about my opinions, let me know. But I feel like this is gonna be the end of the vlog. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't give this book a rating. That's because I can't. It's definitely hit way too close to home, and as of right now, I am not able to rate it. Would I recommend it? Yes, but only to very specific people. I feel like this book is not for everyone, especially since it's so much of character driven. It's not a very plot driven book at all. It's mostly just character and character study. So, you know, I feel like this book's gonna be great for some people, but I don't think it will be great for other. And especially if you had the kind of experience that I had in high school, this might not be good for you to read at all, because it will lead to like a mental breakdown, which I almost had. I'm gonna hold off on that, and maybe potentially I will give it a rating on my May wrap up, but as of right now, it's just gonna stay as a I read this. If you stayed till this point, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate anytime someone watches and enjoys my videos. If you did like it, you know, like, comment, subscribe. That would make my day. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.